So this is only like my second time ever going live, so we'll see how this goes. But I really just wanted to come on and do a mobility flow to help reduce the stress and tension that could be happening within the body. I know that a lot of people are going through a lot of things. So having an access point to come back to that really helps you to actually drop into your body and relieve that stress and tension is going to be huge. So I'm going to teach you some quick and easy techniques. Mobility doesn't have to be super complicated in order to be effective. And I want to reiterate that a million times. I know social media can be a little overwhelming. You see the sexiest things happening, but that doesn't always mean they're the most effective. So I'm going to teach you some really effective strategies to actually help you start to reduce that stress and tension in the body. And it's not going to take too long. You don't want to take too much of your time. However, if you come on and you have some questions, please feel free to ask. My name is Doc Jen, and I'm a doctor of physical therapy, really wanting to help you open up and feel better within your body. I do want to say real quick that we just released a new platform called Gen Health. So excited about it. It's our place where we put all our programs together in one place to make it easy to use, navigate, and follow, whether you're using it on a computer, on your phone, whether you want to stream it to your TV, or whether you want to use it in the iOS app. We really have put our heart and soul into Gen Health, and it has 11 different programs, each program only taking about 10 to 15 minutes because, again, I'm not here to take over all your time. I'm here just to help you find and understand your body. So it's really educational. It's me going through each video in depth so that you really understand. So if you haven't checked out Gen Health, I'm going to link it down below, but it's just gen.health. And right now you could check out the free trial right away because we're doing a huge discount, 60% off of the year. So check that link below. It's gen.health/free trial, and it gets you right into a week free trial before you commit fully. But I hope you do because there's so much to learn and continue to learn about your body. Okay, into our mobility flow here. You can say hi or, join me hopefully on your mat, create some space. So all you're gonna need is a pillow, and I can actually link this pillow down below. This is like a beanbag pillow almost, but it feels so incredible. So this is our Brentwood Homes. We have them all over that we sit on and we use. And it also really helps with just kind of relaxing, because remember being in like beanbag chairs and just kind of melting into them. This is what that kind of helps to create. Plus, it's going to prop our body up in different ways to kind of really help and reduce those tensions and pressures. So I'm just going to start with some child's pose breathing. Okay, so for child's pose, you can either have your knees directly on your chest, or you can open them a little bit more. If your knees really give you problems, this is where you can get extra pillows and you can actually sit on them. So now my knees aren't in too much compression and flexion because, again, this is a de-stressing kind of flow. This isn't about increasing any pain. So you can always put an extra pillow behind in your knees if you need to. I'm going to come out. I'm going to place my hands on the pillow. And what I want to do here is just kind of melt my body. Now, if that's too much, you can even move it in towards your body and just relax here. So really breathing, taking a deep breath. What I want you to feel with each breath in is I want you to feel the rib cage and the thighs start to meet. And I want you to press your rib cage into your thighs with each breath in. So each breath in, you're going to really place the pressure into your thighs. And with each breath out, I want you to feel a nice, slow, long release as if everything is relaxing at the same time, okay? Breathing out nice and slow, almost like you have pursed lips. And we're just gonna do this 5 times. Now, another great tip, especially if you are feeling a lot of anxiety or stress, is to take that pillow away and actually have your head lower than your heart, okay? So we're gonna come all the way down to the ground, and this helps that grounding aspect, that reducing that tension and that stress. So especially taking that head all the way down is a really great technique, especially when we're having increased anxiety, increased stress, or increased pain within the body. Okay, just 5 breaths here, really filling up that rib cage. What you'll notice as you do this as well, if you're pressing that rib cage into your thighs with each breath in, is that you actually start to increase the space in the back as well. So we breathe in and we open up that space in the back of the rib cage. This is often missed. A lot of times when people are thinking to de-stress, they think, let's take a deep breath, and they bring the shoulders up to the ears, and it's like this big stressful breath, actually, because when we're in stress, that's when our shoulders rise. So if we're trying to get out of stress, we don't want to be bringing our shoulders up to our ears. That's going to do the opposite effect, okay? So I actually want to really fill up the rib cage here, the rib cage in the back, and drop my head down or relax it onto a pillow. And it's just 5 breaths there, okay? Then we're going to switch it over to the side, and we're just going to do 3 really big breaths, 3 to 5 on each side. Now, you're going to come down, and I'm going to have this on the side of my rib cage, okay? If you have it a little bit smaller of a pillow, it's a little bit easier. You can also put another pillow for your head or just support your head how you feel. Now, if you can, with this other arm, I'm going to take it onto my rib cage. So now I have compression into my rib cage from the bottom. I'm going to compress my rib cage at the top. I'm going to take my breath into this top hand. And then breathe out. And I do 3 deep breaths just like this. Again, my head is lower than my heart, so I'm grounding down. I'm releasing that stress, and then I'm using my hand on my ribs. So I really want to feel my ribs right here if you can. If you can't quite access that, that's okay. You at least have the bottom one, okay? And you can wrap that arm down, and you can press your elbow onto your rib cage and feel that breath in. Feel that rib cage completely melt. So now we're kind of mobilizing the ribs. We're allowing the head to come down, and we're relieving that stress by getting that diaphragm pumping and moving again. Your diaphragm rests right underneath the rib cage. So if we really want to take those deep, relaxing breaths, we're not, again, taking them into our chest. We're taking them into our low rib cage. Okay, after you've done about 3 to 5, then you can switch over to the other side. So I'm just going to take, and again, you can, I don't know if I even have my chat open, but I should. You could say hi, see how you're feeling. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Okay, so again, my pillow is under my rib cage, and I'm on top of my rib cage right here. I'm going to take a deep breath in and breathe out. 3 slow, relaxing breaths. Feel that rib cage move as you breathe into that hand. And then feel that rib cage relax as you come down. Again, the head lower than the heart is going to help to ground. So you release that anxiety, that tension, especially if anxiety is something that's common that you notice that you have or that pops up. It's okay. That happens to the best of us. But finding techniques and tools to help to reduce that tension is really what we want to start creating. Okay, after about 3 to 5, I'm going to move this pillow. Actually, I'm going to keep this pillow. I'm going to put it on my leg on it. Okay, now I'm going to come out. I want to reach forward with this top hand. This bottom hand can actually hold my leg down so it doesn't move. So I'm going to reach forward with this top hand. Breathe out, open my chest, and try to twist as much as I can without letting this knee pop up. So keep that planted over that pillow. Breathe out. We'll do about 5. Breathing in, reaching. Breathing out, rotating. And this is a really gentle mobility flow also. So first thing in the morning, or if you need to relax and de-stress before bed, this is a great thing to come back to, because we all know the days get away from us really easily. All of a sudden, you start beating yourself up for all the things you didn't get to, and that doesn't really make for very effective, nice, relaxing sleep all the time, right? So about 5 on each side. Sometimes I'm horrible at counting when I'm talking, but I do my best. Okay, bring that leg down, coming over, reaching out, and opening. Breathe in as you reach forward and get that rib cage to open in the back. And then breathe out as you open so that you can relax the muscle tension on the front of that chest, especially if you work at a computer all day long, or you know you're going to be working at a computer all day long. Finding ways to relax and release that tension on the front of that chest is so important. Okay. So again, finding tools, ways to relax the head, relax the body. This is all helping to reduce that tension and stress, and especially when we get the upper back to start to mobilize. This is a great connection point to what's happening at the neck and what's happening at the low back. So if I can increase my mobility here, I decrease my stiffness here, and I decrease my stiffness here. And that's a lot of the issues for a lot of people. The other one is hips. So we're going to get right into hips. So I'm going to actually use my pillow now on my tailbone region. Okay, so a little bit into the low back, but more so on my tailbone is where I want to place this. So I'm going to lie right back here. Place this right low on my tailbone area. And then I'm going to take one knee into my chest. And then I'm going to let the other leg just fall out and relax. So try to keep this leg straight. And what you should feel is a hip flexor stretch. It's very gentle, but because I have my pillow here and I'm holding my knee, I get this hip bone in a little bit of a posterior tilt. And then I allow my leg to relax. So I get that real good, just gentle stretch through that hip flexor. Okay. Breathing nice and deep, breathing in, breathing out. We'll just do about 3 breaths on each side. So I'm also not trying to take too much of your time. I just want to show you a few tools. Again, now my head is below my heart. So I'm helping to ground my body. I'm helping to relieve that tension and that stress. And I'm using my breath and my body to help to reduce that tension and stress as well. And hip flexors is a huge one for so many people, right? You should feel a good stretch right through here. So holding that knee, kind of allowing that tailbone to kind of be tucked just from the pillow. And then you keep that leg straight and just allow it to drop. And each breath out. So remember that breath out is what gets you to melt into that body. That's that magical release. Release doesn't happen from digging into something, not at all. A release actually happens from using that breath. So breathing in from that rib cage, breathing out nice and slow. And all of a sudden I start to feel my heel deeper into the ground because I'm relaxing in that leg and I'm letting that tension go on the front of my hip. So it's a great, great hip flexor, opener hip flexor stretch. Okay. And then I'm going to bend my knees, bring one leg up, and I just want to do some gentle hamstring flossing. So I'm going to start with my foot bent here, and then I'm going to go to my leg straight. So bent to straight. So point that foot at the top. If you feel like, well, I feel like this isn't doing a whole lot, I could do a little bit more tension. That's where you could reverse it. So from a pointed foot to a flexed foot at the top, you do not want to hold that because that's getting a little bit more into the nerves now. So flexing at the top, bending, and we're just going to do about 5 on each side, waking up those nerves, again, relaxing that body and using that breath. Remember, the breath is the most important part here. That's what we're going for, relaxing in that rib cage. And you'll notice that this naturally starts to, maybe you're like, oh, I don't notice my neck pain anymore. I don't notice my low back pain anymore. And whether it's distraction or we're really getting your body to switch into that parasympathetic so it doesn't feel like it needs to be so stiff and so tight all the time, that is the goal. That's what we're trying to create and trying to do. And actually, Dom and I, husband, also a doctor of physical therapy, if you didn't know, we talk about this all the time on the Optimal Body podcast. If you haven't tuned into the Optimal Body podcast, I highly recommend listening to that. Okay, we're almost done here. And then I'll come and I'll look and answer just a couple questions before we go. So now we can move the pillow out of the way and we're just going to rock in the body again, letting the head fall down, but opening up the legs and the hips still. So I want to stand pretty wide in my legs and I'm going to allow a little bit of bend still in my legs. So I don't want to lock it out here just a little bit of a bend, and I'm going to stretch over to one side, allow my body to sway, and then sway to the other side. Again, don't hyperextend that knee, keep a small bend in it, and I'm just going to sway back and forth. And you get that inner thigh stretch, those legs kind of activating, but that upper body hopefully just relaxing and melting. And again, we're just trying to see, how can I get that stress out of my body? How can I breathe and relax? And then I'm going to walk my feet toward each other. Okay. And I'm just going to wiggle out my body. And if this is too much tension, you can bring your heels up on a pillow and just wiggle out your body there. And then we're just going to slowly stand. You can still be wiggling out your body, making sure you're completely relaxed. And then I'll come over and chat. So hopefully y'all enjoyed that. I definitely did. Woo, that felt so good. I'm feeling just like I can go to bed again. Really relaxed in my body. I hope that you really are as well. Okay, so I want to see some of these questions. Just got a couple. Optimal Body member. Awesome. That's our OG program. Need it. Yes, amazing. Also, if you are a current Optimal Body member, please email us at jen@docjenfit.com, because you can get complimentary access into Gen Health. So you have to be a current member of Optimal Body to get that complimentary access, but you definitely can. Glute stretches, that was amazing. Thank you so much. Amazing. Yes, we didn't really get into glutes. Again, that's more mobility focused. I definitely have that on my channel, so you can look through my channel to see some more glute type stretches. This was more about just whole body relaxation. How do we get out of stress and tension within our body? And those are some incredible, incredible techniques you can always use, whether it's first thing in the morning or before you go to bed. If there are no other questions, thank you so much for joining. I just want to read Tina's real quick. I'm interested in a program that can prevent injury. Amazing. Gen Health. I clean houses and I want to be able to be strong, flexible, and healthy. Which one of yours would you recommend? So on Gen Health, we have 11 different programs. Now, there's a lot specific for each body part. If you are looking to help your low back, your shoulder, your neck, yada, yada. However, we also have preventative programs that are just low or full body specific. So full body mobility. If you just want to focus on mobility, that's all you want to do. We have a full body mobility program that's going to take you on a day-to-day basis of what to do to really help to increase and open up your entire body. Now, if you want to focus on strength as well as mobility, as well as core, as well as corrective exercises, and just help to prevent any future injuries, that's where I would really say the full body plan and the full body low impact plan are going to be so huge. I'm actually going through the full body plan myself to help hold myself accountable to continuing to do my mobility, my corrective exercises, and my strength. Now, in the difference between those two programs, the full body plan is going to have HIIT workouts as well as strength workouts, where the full body low impact plan is only going to be strength focused. Everything can be highly modified or progressed depending on your level. So I really highly recommend checking out Gen Health if you haven't yet. Again, there's a 60% discount happening this week only. So it ends tomorrow. So this is our last opportunity to get in at a 60% deal. So that takes it, normally each month is about $25, which would be $300 for a year. We are slashing that $300 and we're giving it to you for $119. So it's a huge, incredible steal. Please know that with me, one session as a doctor of physical therapy, because I don't take insurance, is going to be about $300. I'm giving you all of my knowledge, my information broken down into programs on Gen Health for $119. So I really hope that you guys take advantage of that. You check out Gen Health. You can also search the Explore section, whether you want to find a workout, a video on mobility flow, or you want to find quick free tips from Instagram. That Explore section is completely free. We have movement playlists that are completely free, and you can easily search whatever you need to in there as well. So if you know that I posted something on Instagram about knees or squats or low back pain, you can easily search that in Gen Health. So it's not just about the plans, it's about the accessibility. You can favorite your, or star your favorite videos that you're like, this really worked for me. I need to come back to it again. And you can save it into your own folder. We're really trying to make this Gen Health platform like your go-to for understanding your body, for relieving pain and stress, and to just start to move and feel better. So I hope that you'll check it out. The link is down below. It's gen.health/free trial to get into your free trial and snag that discount today. So thank you so much for joining me. And I hope that I'll see you back here, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on the Optimal Body podcast, or whether it's on Instagram, or hopefully in Gen Health. We do lives with our community so that I can answer personal questions about what is going on in the body, and I can help even more. So thank you all for being here, and I appreciate you so much. Bye.